All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Nice looking Thursday morning. It is time for Veterans News once again, and Hank Winnier is not in the studio. Gary Pascale sitting in the captain's seat. Good morning, Gary. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, veterans, and good morning, listeners. It's a beautiful day out there, and we've got a great show for you today. We got some great guests here. I got retired Navy Captain John Kittler and my good friend from the American Legion, Mr. Brian Vogue, who was instrumental in getting us some space for that big stand down we had in 2014, and we've been good friends ever since. We do have some casualties today, though, that we need to get started with, and then we'll do some announcements and talk to our guest. Not as many as last week, thank God. We're going to start with the fire administration. And we had firefighter paramedic James Dewan Wells, who was with the Montgomery Fire and EMS in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. His date of death was May the 5th. We have Deputy Sheriff Jimmy Tennyson of the Maury County Sheriff's Department in Tennessee. His end of watch was May the 6th, 2017. And unfortunately, we have a military casualty also to report today. And as it goes, the Department of Defense announced today the death of a U.S. Navy sailor who was in support of Somalia National Army-led operation with U.S. Africa Command. He was Senior Chief Special Warfare Operator Kyle McKellen. He was 38 years old from Falmouth, Maine. And he was killed during this operation against al-Shabaab on May 5th in a remote area approximately 40 miles west of Mogadishu. He was assigned to the East Coast-based Special Warfare Unit. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the family of those lost this week. And Larry, can we do Amazing Grace?
That saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now
Well, we want to thank WOCA, the source, who make this possible again every week, and also the great folks at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery. They are located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in beautiful Ocala. And when it comes to your landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need. Everything from small plants, large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and much more. Bob Wines will deliver. They'll plant and they'll guarantee the trees they plant. You can't beat that. Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery has been keeping things blooming in Ocala since 1952, and some beautiful weather out there to get to work in the yard, as long as you do it before it gets too hot. And you can contact Bob Wines also at area code 352-629-5766. And when you go in there, if you're a veteran, show them proof of that you are a veteran. Let them know you heard about them on WOCA, and you get a 10% discount. You cannot beat a deal like that. And we got a few announcements to make, Larry, before we get to our guest, and then we could go ahead and get started with the show. But we want to remember a very special day coming up, Memorial Day, where we honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And you're invited to attend the Remembering Those Who Have Served Memorial Day ceremony. It'll be on Monday, May the 29th at 10 a.m. at the Ocala County Veterans Memorial Park, which we all know is right there at East Fort King Street in Ocala, right off of 25th Avenue there. There'll be a lot going on, so please join and support your fellow veterans. And also, I want to let everybody know your Veterans Resource Center is up and running. We still have a few glitches with the phone, but most of the time it rings if you do that 433-2320 number. We still have some things to work out, but it's real good. We've been serving people. People have been coming in, come on in and see it. It's a great facility. We have a lot of resources there to help the veterans. And, we look forward to seeing everybody on May the 24th at 10 a.m. when we have our grand opening. So, don't miss that. Put it on your calendar. And we want to see as many veterans as possible. And we're looking forward to that. Larry, we got time to introduce the guests before we go to... Okay, John, if you want to introduce yourself, and Brian, Larry was just had just had a news clip about ending homelessness for veterans, and Veterans Helping Veterans has been working at that for a long time, and we do a pretty good job here in Ocala, and now we've got some resources today to help even more, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So, John, if you want to introduce yourself, and then Brian, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, good morning, Larry, Gary, and Brian. Hey, how you doing? I'm John Kettler. I am the president of Florida Veterans Communities. We have 22 units here in Ocala for veterans that are low cost. We are in the process of taking these over, rehabbing them, renovating them, painting, cleaning, fixing them up, and putting furniture. We've got stoves, appliances, air conditioners for them for our veterans through what are called the HUD-VASH and SSVF programs. We will be working with Veterans Helping Veterans, Volunteers of America, Family Endeavors, and the coalitions that are here and the agencies that are here to help these folks get back up and running.
And Brian, you got to introduce
Yes,
yourself.
I'm Brian Vogue. I'm fortunate enough to be on John's board of directors for the Veterans Communities. And I'm also a member of the American Legion here in Ocala. We've been at Tuscaloosa Park at our present location since 1938. The post was founded in 1919, but we're working with the Florida Veterans Communities to make sure that veterans get the homes that they deserve and get the help that they need.
And I might add that, I'm a member of AMVETS. I'm the State Homeless Veterans Task Force Chairman for AMVETS. I'm the Veteran Service Officer for my local VFW and the American Legion there. We also have two other board members, Chip Rich and Vincent Marsh, that are local here. Each community that we go into, we want to make sure that we have local folks working to help, and we have an advisory board in that community of non-board members, but working with the board members there to make sure that we get input from the community.
Well, I know Chip Rich. He's at our Legion post. He's a great guy, and Vincent Marsh is one of the greatest advocates of veterans I think I've ever seen. I've seen him try to, beg, borrow, and steal, to get whatever he needs for a veteran.
Yeah.
So,
We're up against a break, so we'll take a little break,
Okay.
and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
This is The Source, WOCA. You're listening to Veterans News.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Thursday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 91 near the coast, 98 inland. Partly cloudy and warm Thursday night, lows in the 60s. Friday will be a very warm day with some sunshine. It'll become breezy in the afternoon, high 87 on the coast, 94 inland. For Saturday, times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the area, the high 83 at the coast, 93 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You know what they say, it's not Mother's Day without a whole bunch of live flowers. That means it's time to visit Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens for just the right Mom's Day gifts. Like lots of buy one, get one deals, including gardenias, philodendron, and lots more. And even hanging plants, buy one, get one at half price. Now that's a great deal. One for Mom, one for you. Or how about this idea? A citrus tree that'll keep on giving for years to come. Bob Wines has great citrus, a huge selection, starting at just $49.99. Or maybe a gift certificate. Now that'll work. Let Mom select just what she wants. Come on over this week, bring your mom along, and browse our wonderful 5-acre garden where just about everything's in bloom. They're open daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, just east of Lake Weir Avenue, honoring all moms every day, all the way back to 1952.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
Call George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today, 352-732-3191.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, 73 degrees. Let's return to Veterans News. Gary?
Yeah, doing our part, with this end in homelessness and whatnot, the VA in this area, I just want to say they've done a great job, with these grant per diem programs and this HUD-VASH. And I've been to some of the units that John and Brian are going to talk about. And, if I was seeing right, I seen brand new roofs. I seen those new, look like double pane windows. I mean, these were older things, and they were completely rehabbed. And we're not putting these veterans in some junk, are we, John?
No. Actually, these have been rehabbed with new kitchens. The roof is new. The windows are new. Energy efficient. The heating and cooling is energy efficient. The hot water is energy efficient. Keeps the bills down. When you let's imagine that you're homeless for a second. Okay, you're out on the street and you're trying to get back into a house. Okay, all of a sudden they give you a house and you got to put furniture in it. You got to have a stove in it, and so on. We do that. It's known as a best practice. Okay, we follow best practices. Housing first is a thing that you'll get familiar with over time. That's a best practice. Putting them in there, you can't help a veteran at the corner of 5th and Main. Okay, chances are you can't reliably get to him to, and then the first thing on the job application is what's your address. Okay, and if you don't have one, it's kind of see you later. So the road back starts with a house, and the house shouldn't come with a big burden of I got to go get this and I got to get that. No, put them in the house, make it nice. They'll take care of it. I'm going to tell you, Gary, right now we have more people who are in our houses helping and doing more to help fix up that community than we have from the community. Those veterans are helping themselves get back on their feet.
I was impressed with what I saw, and I'll tell you something else I really liked, John. It was right across the street from a school, the unit I was at, and
That's
of
right.
course they're all surrounded within a couple blocks of the school. And that means a drug-free zone. The area is well policed. You know, and it was a nice neighborhood. You know, I see nice trimmed lawns, and you know, a place I wouldn't mind living.
I'm going to tell you, the community has had a reputation, but fixing up these 11 duplexes has had a significant impact on the community. The house right next to us was a foreclosure. The guy has moved in, fixed it up, painted it up, and so forth. We have seen a significant decrease just since we've started occupying the houses. I would say a 75% decrease in odd traffic, if you would, okay, around the area. There's a section in there that has been bad in the past. Somebody has now bought that section, and they're going to fix it up. This has had an incredibly positive impact on the neighborhood. So the rest of the neighborhood has the Poinciana Heights Task Force. Okay, they're working with the city to make sure that things get better, and the police have an active interest there. There's no the shenanigans are not going to happen there. I can tell you
It's
that.
probably been a year, you know, since I've been there, so I know there's been significant changes. While I was there, I was talking to a Marine Corps veteran that was living in one of the units, and he was kind of heading up, you know, doing some of the fix-up, and, you know, the ownership that he took and the pride he took in it when he talked to me about what they were going to do for the yard. He was talking about some kind of grant from Home Depot about putting fences and swings and things for kids. You know, I was very favorably impressed. The fact that it's a veteran community and you could bring kids into it and feel good about it.
Yeah, there's actually space for a park there. There's actually another area behind a few of the houses that's beautiful and wooded. I chased somebody out of there with some illegal, you know, dog stuff going on. Personally, Andy from the newspaper actually saw that. And you know, you clean that up. It's going to be beautiful. It's about a 60 by 300 foot strip. It's going to be beautiful. There's a whole lot there that we're going to set into a park. I'll be talking with probably Community Bank about that pretty soon. Home Depot has indicated that they're happy to be actively involved in this. AMVET's Service Foundation has been a big supporter. The guy you were talking to was probably Joe, okay, and then we got Dave and Will. They've been in there. Joe, every time I come down, he comes over and paints or something like that. And then I got a guy named Steve that's been doing a lot of fix-up stuff. He's really been super duper. You know, we can still use help, okay?
Yeah, Brian was telling me, I come in from fishing, and, you know, Brian rung my phone there, and he told me you guys need some labor help, too, to get these things going.
Absolutely, and I got a whole list of things. I mean, I've got no lack of stuff to do. You know, if you want light duty, you can clean a refrigerator or stove, prime or paint a wall, sort and move light furnishings like dishes, kitchenware, and decor items, because we've got those coming in on a regular basis. We've got a whole closet full of linens that could be sorted by size and condition. You know, there's miscellaneous trim, sweeping, cleanup of debris, and so forth. You know, all of those are light duty things. If you can hang a ceiling fan or hang a door, that's a little heavier duty. You can hang or help hang cabinets. We've got a few of those left to do.
Or if we also get some people that want to do landscaping, that would be a big help for that area.
It would really make it look nice.
Oh, yeah.
Now, seeing y'all are a 501(c), can you, because there's listeners out there that, you know, that might handle community service people, you know, are you able to accept them, that people that need community service hours? A lot of times the high school kids, well, they need 40 to graduate, and then
Well, now,
college kids
we
need
have
some,
been
too.
using some of the local Vanguard ROTC came out and painted 3 of the buildings. Bellevue ROTC came out and helped on that same project. We've had additionally, just, what was it, 4 weeks ago, 5 guys from Vanguard came out, and one cadet from Forest came over and helped us clean up that area that John was just talking about.
They did a great job.
Them kids usually do. Now, how does somebody, there's 2 things we need to promote. How does somebody call to help you get these places fixed up? And how does somebody that needs a home get a hold of you to get in one of these fine places?
Okay, let's start with a person that needs a home, okay? Go through Volunteers of America. They'll help you get started with where to go, okay? Veterans Helping Veterans, okay? Go to Veterans Helping Veterans. From there, you'll go to either Volunteers of America or Family Endeavors or the HUD-VASH folks, okay? And then that kind of, they'll qualify you and so on. And we work with the case managers there. If you want to help with getting these places fixed up with, for example, landscaping, that's always something that folks like to do. And it makes the houses much more, presentable out front. Then I would ask you to text me. Text me, don't call me.
Give us the text number.
Text number is 850-625-0678. Text me at 850-625-0678.
Now, if we have a working veteran that's got a little job, what's the income ceiling on somebody that was able to, that might be a little above HUD-VASH or something like that?
My answer to that is go down and talk to the HUD-VASH or SSVF folks, okay? Because it depends on how many people in your family, and it varies. It has to do with the income levels that are the average in your community. But go ahead and go down and talk to them anyway. Okay, don't rule yourself out. Keep yourself in the game. Do that. It's I'm going to say it's probably under 30,000. Okay, but it's probably a little bit less than that.
And that's unfortunately, that's most of the veterans that Vets Helping Vets deals with.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't ask, the answer is the same. So if you have some treasures, you can help us furnish a unit, even if it's just like, for example, a decent mattress. You've replaced a mattress and the old one's still okay. It hasn't been done in by the cat or whatever. If you have nightstands or appliances, dishes, pots, pans, sheets. We got a lot of sheets and towels, but we get a lot of couches and such.
You might even mention sponsorship of one of those buildings. The AMVETS is, we're getting ready to dedicate one of the buildings, put up the AMVET sign on that building because
That's a good point. The AMVETS have donated over $12,000 in cash and assistance and furniture and so forth to help furnish the first building and repair the first building. A contribution of $10,000 will make one of the units dedicated to your organization, but there's also other possibilities with that. For example, the other day, a couple of female veterans approached me, and their HUD-VASH. I'm sorry?
I'm just telling the guy we have a half a minute.
Okay, and their HUD-VASH didn't cover the rent that we have to charge. You can sponsor one of those vets. You can buy a portable air conditioner for a unit. You can
we can have them text you, and you can also give them a list.
You bet.
And we appreciate you being on, and in our effort to end homelessness. And for Hank Whittier, signing off. God bless America.
I'm Lillian Wu. Some ex-colleagues of James Comey hearing from the former FBI director for the first time since he was fired.
He has written a letter to his colleagues in which he defended the FBI, and Comey himself took the high road in this situation. Comey writing,